Well, good evening, Knoxville, Tennessee, and East Tennessee wrestling fans. Welcome here to Wrestle Talk Live. We're in the Big Bill Needham Memorial Studio, of course, in downtown Knoxville. Sit down in your house. It's not a dream. You're really seeing these two guys here tonight. Of course, we have the ever-popular CADILLAC cowboy, Stephen Burns. Caddy, welcome to Wrestle Talk tonight.
Thank you, JoJo. It's a pleasure to be here. I've watched this show a very, very long time, and thank you.
And also joining us tonight from Total Psychopathic Wrestling, and he even has a TV show here on Knoxville Community Media Television. Of course, we're joined by Hack.
Hi, kids. Sorry about that, Joe.
Oh,
Sorry.
It's fine.
I had to get that on my system. No, like CADILLAC just said, I've watched Wrestle Talk my entire life. It's an honor, pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Well, wrestling fans, as you notice here at the top of the hour tonight, this show tonight, of course, is in memory of the great Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon. And a lot of the wrestling fans, of course, knows Scott Hall as many other characters because, of course, he got his start in WCW. But we're going to be sharing some memories tonight about Scott Hall. And speaking of that, we noticed on Caddy's social media page this past week a young CADILLAC cowboy. Can you believe it?
Yes.
And a photo with Scott Hall. Tell us about that memory.
Yes, I believe it was 2015. I met Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, same time, me and my father. It was his birthday present. But they talked to us for about 3 or 4 minutes, made time as a real good, cool cat, man. I'm representing tonight, Razor Ramon. God bless you, brother.
I remember the wrestling shows, going to the Coliseum and, of course, going to Thompson Bowling. And a lot of times the WCW was in the Coliseum, seeing Scott Hall, the NWO, big fan. But the Razor Ramon days, I remember the ladder match with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the best. I believe someone mentioned that was his favorite match that he had done. So.
I don't doubt that a bit. It's one of my favorite matches. It just put the ladder match on the map. That match did so much for the business.
Well, Razor Ramon, of course, went on to become Scott Hall, and recently, just in the past few years, he's been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. So he's a two-time WWE Hall of Famer, and I noticed a photo more recently that you took with Scott Hall. So tell us about that.
Oh, man. Scott Hall, just watching him on TV, the whole Razor Ramon gimmick, he was always so cool. And, like, the Razor's Edge, or later on the Outsider's Edge, was one of the coolest and best finishing moves ever, because that right there, as soon as he did the Razor's Edge the first time, like, I can remember jumping up and down on the bed, and you got the wrestling buddy, and the only move you're doing is
those are so much fun. The wrestling buddies,
the Razor's Edge, truly gonna be missed. There'll never be another one. Two-time Hall of Famer, like you said, with the NWO and as himself, and if there's a Mount Rushmore of wrestlers, I mean, he'd be all four faces. He was one of the best ever.
Well, back in 1991, an event took place at the Knoxville Civic Coliseum. It was a Clash of the Champions, and that was a big event, of course, back then. The Coliseum was sold out, and fans can, of course, find it on the network there. 1991 Clash of the Champions, but Scott Hall was featured on this event as a part of Diamond Dallas's page, Diamond Stud.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about that, but he was on that, and tell us a little bit about that.
You had Scott Hall in the earlier times, like he had the tag team with Dan Spivey.
Yes.
And I think he was like, I believe it might have been like Coyote or something like that.
Yeah.
He was like Coyote. And then later on, Big Scott Hall in the AWA, because people didn't think it, but he was, that dude was huge. He was massive, a mountain of a man. And then later on, the Diamond Stud. And then you seen shades of that Diamond Stud, and then really took off with Razor Ramon. And then you got Scott Hall when he came to WCW, which was magic because you had those shades of Razor Ramon with the real guy there. And it was changed wrestling forever.
Well, this accent that he did, of course, is Razor Ramon. I'm not really good at doing accents, but he, of course, changed his voice for this Razor Ramon character that he did, and I don't see how he done it.
I don't know. Caddy, can you do it?
I can't do his voice. I've even brought a toothpick to the ring before on multiple occasions, but what a character and what a guy. He will be missed for sure.
Well, fans, we want to hear from you and your memories, of course, of Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon. And I would like to say from all of us at Wrestle Talk, our thoughts and prayers are with the family, the friends, and the fans of the great and the legendary WWE Hall of Famer, Scott Hall. But we're taking your calls tonight live. As you see, we have the Cadillac Cowboy in the house along with TPW Wrestling's Hack. And we're going to be taking your calls on our hotline, 865-215-4337. Our producer, Justin, is back there, of course, and Miss Cindy is answering the phones.
Justin? Sorry.
Justin, of course, and you guys are kind of an entourage, I heard. I'm not real sure. You and Justin?
Justin is the man. There would not be a Hacks Horror Show. There would not be a TPW without Justin. I walked in here to the studio one day and said, hey, I don't know nothing, but I want to do all this. And then so I bothered him, and he trained me how to do all that stuff, and then it took off from there. Like this host station, everything, like him, Jason, all the people that work here are the best people you will ever meet. Like I can't say enough good things about Justin. You're the man, Justin.
Justin is the man. He makes Wrestle Talk possible here at the CTV studios, formerly CTV, Knoxville Community Media Television. And speaking of which, Wrestle Talk aired for many years, Caddy, here on CTV. And I remember you getting kind of your start or foot in the door with the great promotion, the Tennessee Mountain Wrestling. And as a matter of fact, just back a couple years ago on Thanksgiving night, you did a special show for our friend Terry. And we're glad that you were back in the Knoxville area. Of course, you wrestle all over the Southeast. I can't even limit it to that. All over America. I mean, I've seen you on cards everywhere.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just excited for the future here in East Tennessee professional wrestling, especially with Tennessee wrestling promotions such as, of course, TPW, Total Psychopathic Wrestling, and then all the others that we're going to mention a little bit later. But we know you have a lot of highlights of your career and a lot of memories that you have. So we're going to open it up to you and share what you'd like. And we're just glad you're here tonight on Wrestle Talk.
Thanks, JoJo. And like I said, it's great to be here. And for all my fans watching, I love you. And for the ones that don't like me, then so what? Well, yeah, I started wrestling when I was 16 years old, and it was my dream since I was about 4 years old, watching guys like Ric Flair and Barry Windham, you know, guys like that really drew me into it. And, Terry Landale, God rest him, broke me in the business, got me a start, and guys like Dusty Sharp and Deke Rivers and Wayne Atkins and Menace, and the list goes on and on, JT Coal Miner, and guys like that shaped me into the wrestler I am today. And I'm proud to say that I'm born and raised in East Tennessee. And like I said, I've watched this show for all my life. Terry on here getting crazy calls and this and that. And we're going to take some calls here in a few minutes. But yeah, some highlights of my career. You know, I've been up and down all around, but worked with Ricky Morton, Coco Beware. I'm talking legends, and I'm talking new guys like James Storm and Big Michael Elgin and James Ellsworth, and the list goes on. But like I say, Hack, yeah, you talk about entourages. Me and this man, I can't tell you how many nights we spent out on the town around here, K-Town, and just living it up. And I'm glad to be here, JoJo.
Well, thank you so much. Speaking of Total Psychopathic Wrestling, so when I see this name, Total Psychopathic Wrestling, it reminds me of kind of like a scary movie or something. Is it similar?
Well, with me out there, yeah, it definitely is. With the chainsaw and everything, there's been a few things like couldn't play on the air, and that was Caddy trying to do that to me, so he became the scary movie once. No, with the name Total Psychopathic Wrestling, just in the title alone, that's it. And see, a lot of people have there's maybe like a miscommunication there. I absolutely love professional wrestling. I'm by far like a truist, and being like a wrestling historian, like the names Caddy just mentioned off there, all those people I got nothing but love and respect for. And like when you talk about like East Tennessee, like I just wanted to do something to shake it up. Now, just change things up and just do a few little things here and there just to be a little bit different, a little bit out of the box. And I mean, every show you can bring the kids and grandma and stuff. This one was aimed a little bit towards adults and your casual fans. And yeah, it's a little bit crazy, but there's some of the best matches ever. And then all the shows around, there's not one that I dislike at all. Like, you got some of the best, like CADILLAC here. When I look at like East Tennessee, and you look at those names, those spots, those legends that will be timeless here, like the Dirty White Boy, like Terry Lindale and stuff like that. When you think about, like, you know, when they step away, who's going to be that person to fill their shoes?
Yes.
And Caddy put people over, but I'm going to put Caddy over. He's the one.
Yes.
I think of the CADILLAC Cowboy, he's the one who filled that shoes for the other ones. What a character. And like, he has been everywhere, like Detroit, stuff like that, all over the Southeast. And you never get a bad show when he's in there. I tried to wrestle with him twice. The first time, my eyeball was swelled shut.
That was this hand, and the other one was this hand.
Kind of like Fred Sanford.
Yes.
You want one across the lip and
Yes.
the eye.
Yeah, but it was a whole lot of blast, and I was humbled and felt just the absolute best just to get to work with you, man. It was a blast. Like, but when it comes to East Tennessee, like, East Tennessee wrestling's not going anywhere.
Oh no.
And we got people like Caddy to carry it on, and people may look at like stuff I do in a different light, but I'm carrying it on for those other guys because I grew up watching Wrestle Talk too. And then after Wrestle Talk, I would watch a scary movie or something weird or something like that. So I just kind of blended my two loves together.
Well, speaking, of course, of Total Psychopathic Wrestling, recently you guys did a major event in Rocky Top, Tennessee, in memory of wrestling legend, even here in Knoxville, well known in Knoxville, even made Knoxville his home at one point, New Jack of the Gangsters.
Yes, the New Jack memorial show, the tribute to New Jack 187. Yeah, we did, but most of the credit for that goes to Mr. Brad Cash. He organized a lot of that and put a lot of that together for the benefit for New Jack and everything.
Brad Cash, one of the top stars, and of course, along with the CADILLAC Cowboy and the TPW, and a lot of the matches, of course, we looked and searched through some matches, which, by the way, we're going to show a match featuring Stephen Burns later tonight here on the show, but a lot of the matches, of course, with Brad Cash, those are brutal. I mean, those are brutal matches.
He's a brutal cat, man. He's a big old dude, and he ain't just gonna go out there and give high fives. Like, he's ready to go. But everybody on the show is always ready to go. I can't take any credit for any of it. Have ideals, but you got people like Matt Raby.
Yes.
You know, Matt Raby is probably about your number one man in charge with TPW, doing his thing, and people love him. He drives me nuts. Then you got like Brad Cash. You got the CADILLAC Cowboy. You got like Tristan Ramsey. You got so many others, and everybody coming in doing their thing. We got a show coming up April 2nd.
The Chatterbox.
At the Chatterbox on Chapman Highway, April 2nd.
Yeah, glad to be back at the bar.
Well, the Chatterbox, of course, one of the popular venues for TPW wrestling, and Caddy, you've worked a lot of cards on that at that venue.
Sure have, and it's a great time. And April 2nd, I want everybody, if you're listening, to come on down, and it's going to be a real good time. Some good matches, some real brutal matches, and lots of drinks to go around if that's your thing.
Well, fans, you can look on social media, look up Total Psychopathic Wrestling, and you'll get all the details for that upcoming event. And that's going to be, of course, at the Chatterbox on April the 2nd,
yes.
Starting at...
it's going to be starting a little bit earlier. Keep an eye on all social media for that. Start a little bit earlier, come out, have fun. It's going to be wild.
Well, guys, speaking of local events, a lot of great local events coming up here in East Tennessee. And we're going to be telling the fans a little bit about that coming up soon. And, of course, we're going to be taking your calls in just a little bit. You can call in live, talk on TV, ask a comment, share a question, of course, with the CADILLAC Cowboy or Hack or myself. The phone number is 865-215 4337. Call in live and let's talk wrestling.
Please, I'm ready. I want to talk to you people. Y'all know more than anything. I love to run my mouth, and I really want to talk to y'all. I'm trying to be on my best behavior too, and not have Justin yell at me. But I really want to talk to you people. I'm really looking forward to talking with the fans. They're my favorite.
I heard a rumor that you can get a little wild sometimes.
Who told you that?
I can't tell you, but you can get a little bit wild.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hacked 24 hours a day. Yeah. Tony, I don't know what he's doing right now, but yeah, a little bit. But it's all in good fun. I mean, people throw things at me and say a lot of mean things, but they don't mean it. They love me.
Well, wrestling fans, you heard it from Hack, of course, and the Cadillac Cowboy, Stephen Burns. A lot of great events coming up here in the East Tennessee area, and I'm going to pull some of those up here to let you know about them, of course. And you can also look up Wrestle Talk Live on the social media page and get all the details on some upcoming events. So, guys, we're going to go through these events real quick, let the fans know what's going on. So, this Saturday night, March the 19th, the Tennessee Wrestling Legacy returns to the Rocky Top Community Center. Looks like they get a good card that night. 7:30 p.m. bell time, and fans, you don't want to miss out. It looks like they have Violet on there.
I like Violet Adams.
Yes,
I do.
She's a tough bra. I think she could take on anyone in TPW.
She hit me below the belt one time with something, but I forgive her. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like her too.
Who else they got on there?
It looks like they got Smiley. Smiley, very popular.
I love Smiley. Man, he is built to be a little dude. Like, have you noticed how chiseled he is?
Yes.
Like, he's a little man, but I don't want to arm wrestle him or nothing.
Well, Stephen Burns, you've done a lot of matches, of course, here in East Tennessee, and I noticed someone on the poster here that I believe that I've seen you work with a couple of times, and of course that being Douglas Sanders there. And Douglas Sanders, a very
loud.
Yes, especially with his megaphone. What would you do with that megaphone?
I can't say what I would do with that thing, but yeah, he's very loud.
Well, Douglas Sanders, part of the Forsaken Angels Guild, along with Sean Brooks and Bobby Rain. Looks like a good show, and that's going to be coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, I like TLW. Man, they're cool.
Tennessee Legacy Wrestling, you can find all the info on their social media page. Also coming up real soon, we have the Rocky Branch Community Center ETCW, East Tennessee Championship Wrestling. That's coming up also on Saturday, this Saturday the 19th. So if you're in Rocky Top, Tennessee, head out to the Community Center. If you're over in the Rocky Branch, Tennessee area in Walland, be sure to head out to ETCW. Looks like they got a good show that night. SoCal, Kevin Cruz is in action along with Rex Riley. And then, of course, you will see the Enforcer, Wild Bill, Big Joe, Forsaken Angels Guild, J-Mac, very popular star on the card. He will be teaming up with...
that Pappy O'Malley. Pappy O'Malley, I see you. I'm going to smack your other eye out.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry.
Well, you heard it from him, and could this be a possible challenge?
It ain't gonna happen at a show. It's gonna happen on the street.
Yeah.
Something bad may happen to me. There might be some red and blue lights, but I don't care. Pappy, I'm telling you right now, you be mad all you want, to smack your other eyeball out.
Pappy O'Malley.
Don't even look at the TV. Turn your head.
One of the top stars here in the area, and he's going to be on this card. A lot of great action coming up. Also coming up real soon on tomorrow, actually, matter of fact, March the 17th, Galaxy Pro Wrestling is going to present their St. Patrick's Day semi-final SmackDown show, and it looks like they have a good card that night. Starts at, of course, 7:30, Grimsley, Tennessee, 127 Performing Arts Center. Dylan McQueen is going to be on the card that night.
Man, that guy's talented.
Yes.
That guy is talented all the way.
Caddy, have you had an opportunity to work?
I have not, but I like what the kid's doing, and he's got a good heart, determination, and he's got a good look. He's worked hard, and I wish him the best. I haven't got to wrestle him, but maybe we can do that someday.
Man, I would love to see Dylan McQueen and CADILLAC in the ring. That would be awesome.
I mean, in my opinion, that's two of the best gimmicks around this area today. So, yeah, let's set it up, somebody.
Well, fans, you heard it from the Cadillac Cowboy, and what a match that would be. Dylan McQueen one-on-one with the Cadillac Cowboy.
Yes.
And, of course, we saw his match with Jerry Lawler with USA Championship Wrestling. That was a match I was looking forward to. Exceeded my expectations big time. And, fans, you don't want to miss out on those upcoming events. Speaking of other events coming up, Innovate Wrestling, Smoky Mountain Cup is coming up in April. On April the 9th at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium. Innovate Wrestling and Imperial Wrestling will join forces that night. And it looks like they got 3 exciting matches already planned. Axton Ray, he's the champion, the Imperial Heavyweight Champion. He'll be defending his title against AJ Kazana.
Yeah,
AJ Kazana.
That's a guaranteed banger right there.
Yes, sir.
Then, of course, we have Toby Farley. He'll be in action that night. He is the grand champion in Innovate Wrestling, and he's going to be managed by Rob Knight, and he's going to be taking on Caleb Courageous, and he's managed by, do we really have to say John Hawkins on TV, but he'll be in his corner that night, and that's going to be an interesting match. And then, of course, Jason the Gift Kincaid in a first-round match, the Smoky Mountain Cup, will go one-on-one against Alex Zane. That all goes down on Saturday, April 9th, bell time 7:30, and that will be at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium in Kingsport, Tennessee. Be sure to look up Innovate Wrestling on all of your social media platforms, and they'll have all the details for you on there.
What a card.
A lot of great events, a lot of cards coming up. And speaking of that, big free wrestling show, it was rescheduled from this Friday the 18th until Thursday, April the 7th. And, of course, that'll be in Luttrell Park, Luttrell, Tennessee. All the guys out there at the Tennessee Wrestling Federation will host a free event. And, fans, we look forward to seeing you. Luttrell Park, Luttrell, Tennessee, Thursday night, April the 7th at 7:30 p.m. By the way, Cadillac Cowboy, we have a local country and western singer that night from 5:15 to about 6:30, Cody Woody. And Cody Woody's actually a big fan of the Cadillac Cowboy.
Well, I don't know who ain't, but yeah, I've met Cody a couple times. I ain't heard him sing yet, but yeah, everybody come on out. That'll be a good show.
Well, tell Cody Caddy might sign something for him if he does
$5.
Okay.
I noticed these photos here are very
Yeah,
nice
hey,
photos.
speaking of that, look at this. Look how good looking that guy is right there. And look at this. This is the same guy right here.
I thought he had a photo of me for a second.
But come on, callers. Somebody's gonna get these.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk to somebody. Somebody better call. Ask me anything. It can be wrestling. Ask Caddy something. Ask him about those photos.
Well, call in live. Let's talk wrestling. 865-215-4337. Miss Cindy's behind the telephones there, and she'll take your call. Call in live tonight. We'll talk about WWE. We'll talk about local wrestling, Impact Wrestling, AEW, whatever you want to talk about. If you have a question for these guys or myself, give us a call live right here on Wrestle Talk. And guys, speaking of WWE, the big Monday Night Raw is coming to Thompson Bowling Arena. That's going to be next month. And I hope it's a sellout. I mean, WWE, they do pretty well when they come to this area. But Raw is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And, of course, Knoxville native Bianca Belair. I think that Bianca has done a lot for the WWE as far as in Knoxville. And you guys know this as well as I do, that at times WWE really didn't draw the crowd that I thought that they would draw. I think the last time I saw a big crowd in Knoxville was a Raw show in 2014.
Yes.
And they had about 17,000 inside of Thompson Bowling. So hopefully this upcoming event will be a good one.
Oh, yeah. I got to say that Bianca Belair, Knoxville is so proud of you. Look at you fighting for the women's title at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair. Everybody at AE should be proud. Everybody in Knoxville should be proud. And last time SmackDown was here, thanks to, what is that? OEB Law?
Yes.
That's right.
OEB Law? Yeah. Thanks to those guys. Got to go check that out. It was a whole lot of fun. Her out there receiving the key to the county.
From Kane now, right?
I didn't know that was a thing, the key to the county.
That was a big deal.
There ain't a better person to have it than her.
Well, Bianca Belair is of course, a graduate of Austin East High School over there on Magnolia. Her family lives here in Knoxville. And as a matter of fact, just a few days ago, we reached out to someone in her family. And I don't know how much of a possibility that it is, but there might be a small, slight chance that we might get a phone call one of these weeks.
That would be cool.
With just her for just a few brief seconds, probably.
That'd be awesome.
I think that would be great, especially prior to that event. And we'll work on that. We're not sure what we can get arranged with that, of course, but we'll certainly try.
No, don't build me up to let me down, because I'm telling you right now, we're on Wrestle Talk.
Yes.
I got to tell this story. Terry Landell, God rest his soul, love and respect to him. I was watching when I was a kid, and he told everybody that he was going to have Stone Cold Steve Austin on Wrestle Talk, and I about lost my mind. He said, watch next week, and I was so excited, so excited. And he's like, he's here. He walked over, and he had a cardboard cutout, and he started smacking it around.
Man,
that was the best television I've ever seen in my life, because, I mean, he got me to watch 2 weeks, the full episodes, just to pull that over on all of us. And that's something I'll never forget. That was the best thing ever.
Well, with Terry Landell, I'm not surprised. I mean, I really am not surprised by that at all. And Terry Landell kept it exciting, and we did a special memorial Wrestle Talk show for him just a couple of weeks ago. We had Tom the Bomb Pittner here on the air. We also had, of course, the great wrestling announcer, Wrestle Talk host, Sammy V, here on the air. And then we had Sonny. Speaking of Sonny, he's going to be joining us a little bit later tonight. But fans, don't miss out on all these upcoming events. Of course, TPW Wrestling, and that's going to be coming up in April. Lots of great events. Speaking of the Chatterbox, a great venue for an outdoor wrestling event. I'm sure you guys have a lot of plans this summer.
Oh, man. We actually, April 2nd at the Chatterbox on Chapman Highway, and April 30th at the Chatterbox on Chapman Highway.
Ooh, 2 in the same month, you're saying?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if these people can handle that, Hank.
Oh, yeah. They need double the caddy. I don't know if they can handle it, but they need double the caddy.
Well, the CADILLAC Cowboy, one of the top stars in TPW.
Not only one of the top stars in TPW, but all of East Tennessee.
Yes.
Like almost like the flag bearer for a lot of us is the CADILLAC Cowboy. Because I travel all over. Like, I'm doing movies or conventions. Everywhere I go, as soon as they ask, Hack, where are you from? I'm like, Knoxville, Tennessee. And they're like, oh, yeah, the CADILLAC Cowboys out there. And I'm like, I'm in, like, Atlanta. Or I'm way off in BFE somewhere. I can't remember where it was at. And there was a guy, old worker. He's always been around Chattanooga, stuff like that. I walked up, shook his hand, and the only thing he knew about Knoxville was the CADILLAC Cowboy there. But there's a lot of great people here, for sure.
Sure is. And you mentioned Brad Cash earlier. Let me tell you about Brad Cash. Me and that guy, we broke in about the same time at different areas. And, man, what a ride he's had and still going. He's one of the toughest guys that I've ever met in my life. Right, Hack?
Yes, by far.
And you know him well, too, these past few years. And I tell you, that guy is tough.
Oh, man. And brutal, too. Brad's all over the place, too. Really making a name for himself. Actually, we got a lot of big stuff there with Brad. Then you got people like, you got your Matt Rabies. You got your Tristan Ramseys. You got so many people. The people you mentioned on those other cards. I mean, this has always been a hotbed for wrestling, and always will be, because there's people like us and so many more who will always make sure of that.
Well, we're waiting on those calls, fans. 865-215-4337. Give us a call. It's been kind of quiet up here tonight. I believe we're getting everything together back there. Miss Cindy is on the phones, and she's going to be taking your calls. Guys, speaking of Wrestle Talk, a lot of great birthdays on this day, and a notable wrestling birthdays, of course. Happy birthday to Steve Armstrong.
Nice.
Steve Armstrong, popular, of course, with Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And speaking of callers, we have a caller on the air now. And good evening, caller. Welcome to Wrestle Talk. You're live on the air. What's your name?
I can't hear.
Cut it up, dummy.
Come on, dummy. Let's go with it.
Ain't it?
Well, good evening, caller, and you hear the Cadillac Cowboy. Good evening, welcome to Wrestle Talk. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Scott. I'm Terry Landale friend.
Terry
Well.
Landale's friend.
Hey, y'all cool. Everything good, y'all. Don't have to look up in the air and everything. Everything's good. You don't have to be whatever, but I just want to know something. Are y'all going to be able to do what Terry did?
We have a lot of great free events planned here in the Knoxville area, and I hope that you'll join us for some of those. And so we have two characters up here tonight. We have the Cadillac Cowboy and, of course, Hack from Total Psychopathic Wrestling. And what are your thoughts on these characters tonight?
Here in the Knoxville area, and I hope that you'll join us for some of those. And so we have two characters up here tonight.
Sounds like you need to turn your TV down, my friend. We're live in person here, and we're having a little bit of trouble hearing you.
I think it's a great thing, what you're doing. And just keep it up, everything. I was with Terry a lot, traveling with him and everything when he did this.
Right on. Well, thanks for calling, brother. We're going to give it our best shot, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for calling Wrestle Talk tonight. A great caller there on the air, of course, in memory of Terry Landale. Of course, him and Big Bill Needham started Wrestle Talk way back in the early 90s. I remember every Monday night sitting and watching Wrestle Talk, and then, of course, it changed over when Raw began going on in 93 on Monday nights, and that's when shortly after Wrestle Talk started there. And so a very popular show every week. So thank you to that caller for joining us. And a moment ago we spoke about birthdays. Of course, Steve Armstrong, a very happy birthday. And Steve Armstrong, former tag team partner of the wild-eyed Southern Boy, Tracy Smothers.
That's right. Can't forget that.
And Smoky Mountain Days, WCW Days, the Armstrong family, very popular. Also a special happy birthday to Mark Canterbury, which is also, of course, WWE legend Henry Godwin. And
Oh, yeah. Man, yes. Happy birthday.
Yes, that sticks out to me as a kid, the Godwins,
And as a matter of fact, a while back, I was up in Sevierville, Tennessee, working for a great promotion, Severe Attitude Wrestling, and they actually brought in Henry Godwin on a show.
Wow.
I was surprised, and what a great show that was, a great event that was. Also, a special happy birthday to Ken Doan, Kenny Dykstra, and of course he was in the WWE with the Spirit Squad. Later on became one of the top WWE superstars. He's wrote a book in the recent years, and so happy birthday to Ken Doan. Special happy birthday to Brett DiBiase. Either of you guys know Brett
Yes.
DiBiase?
Yes. He's wasn't he a worker?
Yeah,
and he's the
yeah.
younger brother of all of them. I don't know if he's still doing anything right now, but I know Brett DiBiase.
And then, of course, happy birthday to Jordan Devlin, born in 1990. Don't know a whole lot about Jordan Devlin, a new and upcoming star, and he got started, of course, wrestling as a teenager, so very early in his career. Kind of sounds like the Cadillac Cowboy. I remember when you began training to wrestle, I remember seeing you on some early shows. Actually, as a matter of fact, you worked a lot of great shows here in Knoxville, back at Jubilee and other places, and I remember those days. I remember your training and exciting times that those were. We're going to be taking some more calls here in just a few moments. 865-215-4337. Call in and let's talk wrestling. Guys, on this day in history, 1994 in Munich, Germany, the ever-popular situation as to where Mick Foley, wrestling as Cactus Jack, famously loses an ear during a match with Big Van Vader. And fans, if you were squeamish, this was definitely something that you would want to avoid. Yeah. I'm sure you can look this match up on Facebook. I notice here it says that Foley was sent over the ropes and caught in the hangman move. What in the world is that?
The hangman move is when he went over, his head went between the ropes and he flipped over, so the ropes were twisted around like this around his head. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you have actual big, thick bull rope They're super tight, but a lot of times those ropes are steel cable. It's not a trampoline at all. The only thing I've ever seen underneath is steel. But the steel cables, like he hit, flipped over, and now so the ropes, the top rope and the middle rope are twisted around his head, and his head is stuck. And before it completely like broke his neck or he passed out and suffocated, he tried to escape, and it was so tight it ripped his ear off as he was trying to get untangled from the ropes.
Man alive, what mentions here on this source that we have that the hangman move where the wrestler's head is trapped between the two ropes, as you mentioned a moment ago. Well, the WCW ring ropes, it says, were elevator cables wrapped in tape.
That's even tighter than, I mean, that's unreal.
And it says earlier in the card, Too Cold Scorpio, great wrestling legend, complained that the ropes had been loose in an earlier match, and so the ropes were tight, and at some point in the night, Mick Foley lost an ear. A lot of people say that Mick Foley has mentioned that this incident took place on March the 14th, way back in 1994, but the exact date was March the 16th, which is your day in pro wrestling history. A lot of history in pro wrestling, and you can find that on our social media page at Wrestle Talk Live. And guys, we're still waiting on these calls tonight. Fans, join us here. Talk live on television to the Cadillac Cowboy, Stephen Burns, and of course to Hack of Total Psychopathic Wrestling. And we're going to go here in just a moment to a video featuring the Cadillac Cowboy, Stephen Burns, at a Total Psychopathic Wrestling event. And he's going one-on-one in this video against Frankie Swamp Tower.
Oh yes, this was a couple Marches ago. There's a big title tournament. It was a round robin tournament that night. Cadillac actually wrestled.
How many men did I beat?
4.
4 men
in one night. And that right there, and then Frankie Swamp Tower. I mean, that kid can move. Frankie Swamp Tower's all over the place, man. He can go. But that night may have not have been his night.
Well, Frankie Swamp Tower definitely had more than he bargained for that night, and as you fans will see in this video, and we're going to be in the background kind of commentating this match. This video was taken from one of the loyal fans there at the event. And so we're going to go to this video, of course, in just a moment, of the Cadillac Cowboy, Stephen Burns, going one-on-one with Frankie Swamp Tower. Continue to stay with us tonight. Make your plans to call in live, 865-215-4337. But at this time, our producer, Justin, is going to take us to this very special TBW match with the Cadillac Cowboy, Stephen Burns, and Frankie Swamp Tower. Guys, it looks like an exciting match here. I'm going to kind of let you guys kind of talk about this match and kind of commentate here.
Commentate? Look at me. They don't need no commentate.
Look at the blue and gold.
I mean, that is a prime male athlete right there if I've ever seen one. And look at our ref.
I'd rather not look at that referee.
Well... He's a good one. He's works hard. Little Frankie. I've known him a lot of years.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't mean I like him.
Caddy not only put him into the ropes, but over.
Don't mean I like him. That's right. Collar and elbow. Locked up. I'm going to take his mask off, Hack.
Oh. The referee there is Aaron Boulder.
Boulder.
Well, it's A.A. Rock is his name.
Well, he'll always be no ears to me.
Yeah, go behind. Swamp Tower. He's pushing as much as he can to get out of there.
Yeah.
He's a little guy, man. He's a little guy.
Yeah.
He'll slip around pretty quick.
See, I'm smart. I can just go.
Look at the way the lights hit that beard, man. It looks good. Looks good. Now, if you pull the strings on Swamp Tower's mask, does that count as pulling his hair?
I don't know, but it sure hurt him. I heard him scream.
Where'd you kick him there?
I don't know. I was looking at that right hand that hit him on the noggin. Oh, crap.
I guess one lucky move.
Yeah, every dog has his day, don't he?
Yeah, but I don't know if this was his.
Oh, I know it wasn't.
Ripping his arm off. Hammer lock. Fingers touching the back of his
I ain't
neck.
got to be in no hurry to punish these boys. You see, Hack?
Oh, no. Oh, dang. Look at that.
Man.
Beautiful.
Ain't bad.
Every bit of it textbook. Now I'm wondering who shot this footage, because
It looks great.
I need to talk to you again. It might be an opportunity for you sometime.
There you go.
I'm going to the concession stand to maybe have a hard Mountain Dew.
Yeah, this is a good match. We're going to have some good matches. Chatterbox, Chapman Highway, TPW. It's what you're watching right now.
Yes, April 2nd at the Chatterbox on Chapman Highway. Come out. You can have the best time. We'll have food and stuff there for you. Plenty of drinks.
See, I'm really wearing him out right here.
Yes, I mean laying on him right there, making him fight to get back up, losing all of his air.
You wear him out. I mean, he ain't gonna flip around and flop around.
Ain't going nowhere.
Well. Yeah, see, he thought he was smart.
Tried.
Took him legs, little boy.
Blowing him up.
I am a real man. You see,
Is it fair to have a grown man fight a child?
he ain't a child. He's a good competition. I like how he operates, but we'll see what happens. You know, this was a little while ago.
Yes.
Tell you what, I need to hit the gym hard, and I'm going to. Well, after that, I think he's about knocked out. Let's see. Well,
That ref was a little slow.
yeah, they're always a little too slow for me till the end usually. And it's usually a 1, 2, 3, and me over top. Some things never change, do they, Bubba?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Well, this is certainly an exciting match from TPW Total Psychopathic Wrestling. Frankie Swamp Tower one-on-one against the Cadillac Cowboy Stephen Burns. And I'd hate to be in Frankie Swamp Tower's
Yeah, he was feeling that later for sure, JoJo. But you know, like we was talking about Frankie Swamp Tower, and he's really he's impressed me through the years. He was the AIWF some champ, and he's really made the towns, and it reminds me of him, and he reminds me of me when I was, you know, his age, and I like that. I always like seeing that, and I'm not even that old. Don't you people think that I'm too old, or just because I got a little more gray and this and that. I still got a lot of gas in my tank, and you know, I want to take all challengers, and I'd love to set something up with Dylan, even at our deal or wherever. Yes, sir.
Anywhere, I'd love to see that.
And oh wow, I don't know. I couldn't hear it, but I know that was loud.
Looks like a great crowd on hand there for Total Psychopathic Wrestling. You guys have a very loyal fan base with your shows, and anywhere that you see a TPW event, you're going to see a big crowd. And if I'm not mistaken, this particular venue kind of looks like
It
maybe
wasn't bad, was it?
Rocky Top Community Center.
It was in Maryville, at the Athletics Center.
Yes.
Okay. And we ran a lot of shows out of there, but now we are back at the Chatterbox on April the 2nd. And I don't know if Frankie will be there, but you can bet your bottom dollar that the Cadillac Cowboy will be there and in action.
Here it is.
This has got to be.
This is it.
Well,
He's fast, man. That kid is fast.
One
He moves
backslide. Well,
That was close, but no cigar in the words of Gorilla Monsoon.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Folded him inside out.
What an exciting match this is, and this could be it for Frankie Swamp Tower. And what a match this has been. I noticed with TPW that they don't have security railings or mats on the floor.
No mats. If you hit that floor, you are hitting that floor. There is no security railings. It's a little more intimate with the crowd. Sometimes they know their limitations. I have none, so get close, but don't get too close to me.
Some videos I've noticed online just from your promotion is the fans actually when wrestling stirs into their area, they move out of the way. They show it's almost a respect issue. You know, they don't get
Stinger
involved.
splash. I love that.
I think you about squished Frankie Swamp Tower in that corner, and things are not looking good for him. He's revving up the engine there. Oh, he missed. Oh my!
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's bare bones. There's a ring. There's 2 men in there, and that's what all those people.
Oh my!
This could be it. 1, 2, and 3. Congrats.
Yeah. I parted good that night, but yeah, that's all she wrote.
And that night right there, the Cadillac Cowboy went on to become the Total Psychopathic Wrestling heavyweight champion.
I held it for what, a year?
Over 1 year straight. Cadillac took on all comers, all top independent professional wrestlers from all over the country came in to challenge.
I might have showed my butt. I usually do that.
Well, they like it. They went home happy. That's a souvenir in their memories. They'll keep forever.
If you would like to find out more information on the Tennessee Psychopathic Wrestling, be sure to call the wrestling hotline at 865-282-4640. And you can call and get all the info on their upcoming events and more on the wrestling hotline. Well, welcome back here.
Oh, fat boy, he better sit down.
Yes, well, joining us here at this time, guys, South Knoxville zone. The fabulous man of 1,000 faces, Sonny Fargo. Sonny, welcome to Wrestle Talk tonight.
Move out my way a minute. It's an honor to be on the same show with a caliber wrestler you are.
Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you.
This man, I've seen him since I was way down here.
You guys have very similar hats on here.
Well, he's getting 1 day early for St. Patrick's.
See, there's a rumor going around that that'll be my birthday on St. Patrick's Day, so you got to wear one of your little outfits.
No,
we was at one wrestling up there in Maryville, Tennessee, or at the Wrestle Talk. This girl come in and said, "You look like a leprechaun. Are you a leprechaun?"
Yeah, most certainly. Well, Sonny's birthday, as a matter of fact, is tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
So, Sonny, happy early birthday. How old are you going to be?
Look at here. I'm turning great. That's what he did. All you wrestling fans out there, even not wrestling fans, call in and just say hello to the Cadillac Cowboy and Hack and
him and me,
Joe and Cadillac
and Sonny.
Oh yeah,
Sonny. And me.
Y'all go ahead and call in. We're waiting for your call. We can answer anything about wrestling that you want to talk about.
Well, guys, I have a funny story on Sonny. So back in the day, right, Sonny grew up going to the matches over at Charlie Park, Jacobs Building. Well, Sonny's uncle was over-enthusiastic and excited about wrestling. Sonny's uncle and he were sitting on the balcony inside the Jacobs Building. And I know you guys have been in there, probably worked some shows in there. His uncle gets so tore up at some point during the event that he actually picks up, Sonny weighs about 80 pounds soaking wet at that time, and throws him over the balcony down into the ring at the Jacobs Building. Of course, you have all the security come out and everything else, but Sonny, that had to be a terrifying moment. Was that the moment that you thought in your mind it might be a good idea to wrestle?
Yeah, I started wrestling then, and you can call Miss Cindy and ask her this story. Another time, which was the same thing, that he went in, throw me in with one of Sterling Golden and Paul Orndorff.
Yeah.
And that's when we really started traveling around the country and around the world working.
Now, tell for the people that don't know who that was. Tell them who that later became.
He became the Hulk.
Really?
And then after that, he became Hulk Hogan.
Yes, sir.
And he's the one who really started a lot of wrestling because he had cartoons, and him and one of the greatest wrestlers. There's nobody ever compared with him. People's been oversized and big and tall and try to do it. And that's Andre the Giant. He used to wrestle here at the Civic Coliseum. And I remember one time Terry Landell went over there and looked at him. He was over there and he hit Terry Landell on the head. Terry looked at him and said, "Who's your daddy?"
Well, wrestling fans, you have a wrestling fan and an expert here on professional wrestling, especially here in Knoxville, in the form of Sonny. And Sonny, we know that your career in wrestling was a great one around here in East Tennessee, and the fans have seen you, of course, many times. But the guys of today, the younger generation, I can't really say that the Cadillac Cowboy is a part of this younger generation.
Well,
I believe that I could call the Cadillac Cowboy a veteran. In this
He is a
business.
veteran.
Yes.
I could tell stories about him when I heard him say one time that he was 4 years old when he got in the ring. He said, "I'm 16 when I got in wrestling," but that's more than that. When he was about 4 years old, we got him in the ring and we were throwing body slams and suplexes. He'd just laugh at us, and he'd go over there and he'd grab hold of us. He was doing more wrestling with us than he is nowadays. I mean, he was really a famous wrestler. Hook, you're sitting beside there, a really famous wrestler.
Yes,
One of the best in the business.
I will agree with you 100% because when you talk about people in Knoxville and in wrestling, when you look at people like Dirty White Boy, Ron and Don Wright, and those people, and you look at it and you like, and people like you, like who fills those shoes? The Cadillac Cowboy fills those shoes and carries that on.
He does. I mean, you know, when we were working for Ron Wright Productions, when we were up in Kingsport, you know, he's gone. And Donnie is gone. And I've seen a picture of somebody that wrestled here that was one of the brothers that I don't remember, but they were all in the business. You know, and I get around the wrestling business, have a lot of fun, enjoy the wrestling fans, but when I don't get in the ring, again, who's going to fill our shoes? Hack, and of course the Cadillac Cowboy.
I believe a moment ago you accidentally called him Hulk, so I was kind of looking here like Hulk.
Yeah,
what in the
because
world?
he was sitting there. That's what he.
It's all in the jacket.
Wrestling fans, Sonny Fargo, of course, if you've been in Knoxville any length of time, you know who Sonny is. You probably see him all over the place. Sonny, a great veteran in our armed forces and military. We appreciate your service, appreciate all that you do for us, keeping our country free.
And to thank you for any veterans listening to this. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
And all the ones that's over there in the foreign countries right now that's getting ready to do some fighting, thank you guys. And thank all the veterans that in all the wars and the ones going over there now overseas. Thank you, brethren.
Well, fans, we only have a few more moments left with you here on Wrestle Talk tonight. Call in live, 865-215-4337.
Yeah.
And I was speaking with Hack a little bit earlier tonight here in the studio. And come June, we're going to be looking for a co-host of Wrestle Talk. And you and I talked and spoke a little bit about it. And what do you guys think? I believe Hack would make a great co-host, especially the way he was talking to our caller a little bit ago. I don't know. I
love talking to people.
Yes.
That's what I'm best at. I'll interrupt you 100 times tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
But please call in. Justin, you got the phone off the hook in there? Put it back. You got to put it on the receiver, buddy. But, yeah, if Wrestle Talk is looking for a co-host, Hack will for sure maybe throw his hat in the ring on that.
Absolutely. Fans, give us a call. Let's talk wrestling, Wrestle Talk Live. Be sure to join us for a lot of our local events coming up real soon. Of course, TWF Wrestling coming up on April the 7th, Luttrell Park, Luttrell, Tennessee. Sonny will be there. We're going to further speak with, of course, Cadillac Cowboy. We hope that you guys can join us for that. Speaking of TPW, Total Psychopathic Wrestling, we're going to have the Wrestle Talk cameras out there on their next event at the Chatterbox. And so we're going to tape a couple of the matches to air here on the show. Maybe not the psychopath type matches, the crazy ones, but those that are kind of G friendly. I don't know if that's a thing.
They are. I can't say the people are, but I mean, you got to showcase the champions. You have the tag team champions right now, Matt Raby, Tristan Ramsey, teaming up against our heavyweight champion Travis Dykes and our deathmatch champion, which is Sarah Dox. So that's going to be
Sarah Dox.
Sarah Dox. And
Sarah Dox.
Champion.
If you haven't seen Sarah Dox, you need to come April the 2nd and see Sarah Dox. That's all I can say. That's it.
And a death match.
Yes.
My goodness.
Well, showcase of champions. We're going to have all of our champions. Our tag team champions are going to go up against our heavyweight champion and our deathmatch champion. So all our champions will be in one match. You're going to see the Cadillac Cowboy Stephen Burns with Rip Daniel Kelly.
Rip, wow, a very popular wrestler.
Yeah, very popular wrestler.
He won't be popular for long.
But that right there is worth coming out just to see Cadillac and Rip go together. Daniel Kelly and the Cadillac Cowboy.
Now that's some
together.
history right there, Hack. It really is, and we have never squared off because the time I was getting hot, Rip stopped wrestling. So everybody come out April the 2nd because I'm excited now, Hack said.
Yes.
I'm excited. It's me and Rip April the 2nd at the Chatterbox Tavern TPW. If you ain't there, you just crazy, all right? Now go on with your list, JoJo.
Well, fans, be a part of it. That's TPW, Total Psychopathic Wrestling, and what a night that's going to be. Look forward to the Wrestle Talk cameras being there, and we might even show that match on television. So.
Yes, and
You might be able to now. I ain't telling you what I'm capable of.
And we talked about Brad Cash earlier. Brad Cash has issued this open gauntlet. Brad Cash is going to take on not one, not two, not three, but dozens of people.
Yes. That sounds like an exciting match, and that match could go on and on and on. And this match, of course, either could pretty much, with a wrestler, it could end his career or it could further his career greatly, especially his ability inside the ring there in a gauntlet match of all things.
Yes, I can't lie and say I was not the devil on his shoulder and changed Brad Cash for the worse, but now the Brad Cash that everybody knows and love is back, and he's going to go in the gauntlet match. And there's no telling who's going to come after him in that gauntlet match. It's going to be full of surprises.
Fans, don't miss out. TPW Wrestling. Look on social media for all the details. And guys, one event that I failed to mention earlier tonight, coming up here real soon, of course, is a great professional wrestling event over in the Maryville area, the Revolutionary Wrestling group over there, and they've got a huge event coming up, and that will take place, let's see here, on Saturday, April the 9th at the Allenwood Community Center. Looks like a great card of action. Juicy Jimmy is on the show that night. Chris Hensley, Dallas Troy, and then looks like so many others. Billy Tipton and the Tennessee Assault Crew, so many others. That's RWA Wrestling coming up on Saturday, April 9th at the Allenwood Community Center in Maryville, Tennessee. And then, of course, KFW Wrestling Off the Hook. That's going to take place Friday, April 15th at 7 o'clock. Dylan McQueen, Kenzie Page, and Shane Andrews. Shane Andrews is a very legendary and popular star here in East Tennessee.
You bet.
Yes.
And I saw him a lot of times. Of course, we worked together, me and Caddy, Shane Andrews, and others all around East Tennessee. Lots of memories from the flea market with him, Caddy.
God bless the flea market, the Fleatorium.
Yes.
A lot of memories there at the Fleatorium. A lot of matches took place. I believe I remember one night. I saw this on a video, as a matter of fact. We, of course, when the fans come in, we kind of get them excited with some music. And one night, the Cha-Cha Slide began to play, and I believe that the Cadillac Cowboy, this is how much he loves you fans, came out to dance with one of the ringside fans that night.
One time only, I did that Cha-Cha Slide, and there's video of it somewheres, but yeah, a lot of good times out there and a lot of good matches from as a fan to as a wrestler. That location, that venue is historic, really, around here. And yes, sir.
Well, fans, don't miss out on all these shows, as I mentioned before. KFW, that event, of course, Off the Hook, will take place on April the 15th on a Friday evening at the Bird in the Book Tavern on East Broadway in Maryville, Tennessee. And don't miss out. Off the Hook, you can find all the information on that event on the KFW Crossfire Wrestling social media page. There's no reason for the fans not to be able to see wrestling in East Tennessee.
No.
These are lots of events.
Great events.
Yes.
And at great places like the Chatterbox Tavern on Chapman Highway. Great place. You mentioned the Bird in the Book. Go there a few times underneath, and then there's a place right beside it called the Dungeon. Hack spends a lot of time over there at the Dungeon. It's just coolest video store ever. You mentioned the Bird in the Book, and I love that place, and I was thinking about everything next door to it.
I believe they're going to have Jimmy J.J. Walker up there before long at the Bird in the Book. So that's going to be interesting.
No, it will be Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Interesting and dynamite, to say the least. Guys, it's been an exciting night. Time has just flew right on by, it seems like, here on Wrestle Talk tonight. And we look forward to the upcoming weeks. Of course, we're going to be joined again real soon by the Cadillac Cowboy, Stephen Burns. And come June, hopefully, your co-host will be Hack here from TPW. And in his own right, he has a TV show that airs right here on this network. Tell us, I know a few minutes ago you really didn't want to mention your TV show.
Yes, Hack's Horror Show. Yes, if you want to see me try to be funny, and you see some of the best music videos, the best movies around, you watch Hack's Horror Show. Now, to all the kids out there, don't get caught staying up late watching it, or grandma might be mad at you. But yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. Hack's Horror Show. Got a whole bunch of movies. Tapeworm Z just flew out to Texas.
Yeah, don't let this guy fool you, people. He's a real-time actor. He's traveled. He's got his own show. That's what he's talking about. Hack's Horror Show. It's right here on this channel.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. You got to stay up a little bit late. This first time I get to be here on primetime spot. I like it. But no, Hack's Horror Show right here. You can watch it on this channel anytime you want. Google it up on the interweb. Find some stuff out there. You can social media, keep up with stuff out there. A lot of celebrity guests. And yeah, I'm doing a whole bunch of movies as Hack. These cameos are a blast. Flying all over the place. FranklinCon you got coming up in Knoxville May 14th. The FranklinCon, the Film Fest part of it, you can see me, Hack, hosting that, and then Joe Bob Briggs, another horror host like myself, will be out there with me and everything like that. All these horror conventions, you can either see me sitting at a table or wandering around in line with all of you guys. But yeah.
Well, that sounds exciting, and that's coming up real soon. And you can see, of course, Hack on the show here on Knoxville Community Media Television, and you can find out more details, of course, on the Total Psychopathic Wrestling page, as well as ctvknox.org, the official website, of course, of Knoxville Community Media Television. And a lot of our callers that have called in tonight have been calling from numbers that we're not able to recognize. So if you are calling into the show, be sure to make your call a public call.
Yeah, don't call private. We we won't call you back. I ain't gonna write it on a bathroom stall nowhere. So call. I ain't gonna text you late at night or nothing. So feel free to call. You can say anything to me. I don't care. Talk to the Cadillac Cowboy. Talk to Joe. Talk to Sonny.
Call. They ain't gonna call. Somebody call.
But don't make your number private.
Guys, in this very on this very TV station, you guys, of course, Hack mentioned a moment ago, the Cadillac Cowboys, no stranger here to Knoxville Community Media Television. You were on not only on this show, of course, but on other shows in the past, especially with the great Daddy Mac.
That's right. Yes, sir. We used to have a little show. Boy, it makes me think of Time Far Away, The Flower Hour, Connor Cruz, and that's another guy that don't get the recognition he deserves. What a great gimmick. Daddy Mac, yes, sir. And Hack's Horror Show, I've been on it on around. And, yeah, I've done some TV deals. I've been on the news. I've been in newspapers. Yes, sir. I've been around the block once or twice.
Yeah, Hack's Horror Show has featured Caddy as a guest, and then had him do an opening intro, and then I played a movie that happened to have him in it also a bunch of times on there, and he mentioned Daddy Mac. I gotta say, Daddy Mac, if you're out there, I love you, brother. You're the best.
One of the best in the area. He carries that old tennis racket out with him, and what a great manager he is. Sometimes a cheating manager, but a great manager.
Last time I see him, he punched me in the face.
If you don't get caught, JoJo, see.
That was the referee in that match that between Frankie Swamp Tower and CADILLAC COWBOY. Great referee. I don't know his name.
His name is Aaron Wilson.
Aaron Wilson.
I
remember working flea market shows with Aaron years ago, of course, with Tristan and all the others. And wow, he's really a great referee, had respect in the ring, allowed the match to be a magical match, a great match that was. And we'll see more matches, of course, coming up in the next few weeks. We just have a few more moments to take your calls tonight. 865-215-4337. Call in live and let's talk pro wrestling.
Yeah, the number's right down there. Call.
Yeah, see it right here, right there. There's the number you can call in. Don't call in private, because you don't have to prank call. You can just tell me. If it's funny, I want to hear it. But yeah, if you call in private, we ain't going to screen the call. I ain't going to call you back later.
I'm going to mention some names to you guys, just some random names out there. And if you have a thought about it, just open up there and give us your thought as far as these talents. Referring to local talents, we all have seen great wrestling shows and great wrestlers in this area. One of the talents that I have in mind right now, and one that I've actually have seen and worked with on several occasions, the King himself, Shane Williams. The King Shane Williams, he is watching the program. I'd like to say hi to him tonight. Thanks for watching wrestling. He's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That is my son's favorite wrestler.
Yes.
Is the King Shane Williams. Great guy. I've seen his work from a long time ago with short hair and fuzzy boots, and he was great then. He's great now. My kid probably has every gimmick T-shirt he's ever sold and every gimmick picture he's ever sold.
Every gimmick shirt he's ever sold.
But I mean, there's a time my kid was sick. He was in the hospital there, having a little bit of a bad time, and Shane Williams actually sent him a little message, cheered him up, made him feel good. So I ain't got nothing but love and respect for King Shane Williams.
Yeah, that's what it's all about right there, buddy.
We have a caller live here on the air. Caller, welcome to Wrestle Talk. You are live, and what is your name?
Lance. Lonesome Lance.
Lonesome Lance. That Lonesome Lance Williams?
It is.
Who let Lonesome Lance Williams on the Wrestle Talk? Are you kidding me?
Somebody had to call in. His ratings are going down. You got the Volkswagen Cowboy sitting out there.
I know. I knew this was coming.
The Volkswagen Cowboy.
Keep it coming, buddy.
Volkswagen Cowboy.
That's Lonesome Lance Williams calling right now.
Lance, welcome to Wrestle Talk tonight. And why are you so lonesome? Why do they call you Lonesome Lance?
Oh, well, it's a long story. I don't have time to go into that because you got Big Mouth Hack there.
Hey,
the Volkswagen Cowboy.
What?
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if he had that nickname or not. So.
What? Well, Lonesome Lance Williams, he's a legend in his own right. I can't tell those stories on the air. But
Justin, don't tell those. No,
I won't. But Justin,
there's children watching.
Yeah, I won't. I won't mention none of those. But how did you let this man on the air, Justin? What are you thinking?
I lied to him. I told him it was your daddy calling.
What? What did you call? You called because you wanted one of these, didn't you?
Yeah.
You want one of those?
He ain't getting one.
No, Volkswagen Cowboy. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, buddy. But me and you got problems. What'd you call me?
The Volkswagen Cowboy.
Volkswagen. Buddy, you ain't half the man that I am, all right?
No, you're right. I'm not. I'm twice the man you are.
Lonesome Lance. Yeah, you're going to be lonesome here later.
Uh-oh. You need to go downstairs and look at the car he drove in. Then you'll see why he's the Volkswagen Cowboy.
Yeah. Hey, that's a nice car.
CADILLAC, I believe he's about to have it in for you.
Yeah, well, I got a big caddy in the driveway. So, yeah, come on, brother. Lonesome Lance.
Yeah.
April 2nd, is that when the next one is? I'm going to come out there. I'm going to come see you guys.
Yeah, you better.
April 2nd, the Chatterbox.
The Chatterbox.
Yep.
Chapman Highway.
If they let me out of the insane asylum, I'll be there. You know I will.
All right, they're about to cut you off.
All right. You guys have a good one. Later.
See.
Lonesome Lance and the Volkswagen Cowboy. I'm not going to say that. I'm just quoting
Can
him.
I have permission to call you what
No,
was he?
you don't have permission. I don't know who he thinks he is.
It was a Cadillac wagon. Is that what he
That
said?
got
A
me
Cadillac?
going. I'm mad.
Said he's a Cadillac
We
cowboy.
called him Volkswagen
Oh.
instead of the Cadillac. We might have to set that up. Lonesome Lance Williams, he wants a piece of Cadillac. I'm sure Caddy would be more than obliged to talk to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
You mentioned a while ago about Sarah. I seen her wrestle at one of the shows, and that'd be a good thing for the people to come out and see her also, because she is a really great wrestler.
She
Yes.
is.
You're having
she
some great
is.
wrestlers at
She
show.
is a tough broad. What's her barefoot? What?
The barefoot, we'll say the barefoot BA for all the kids at home.
That's right. There we go.
So you're just going to have a wonderful show up at that Chatterbox.
That's right.
Yes.
It's going to be a
Yes,
good
sir.
show.
April
Yes,
the
sir.
2nd.
Fans, make your plans to
Gotta
join
come out and
us.
join us.
The Wrestle Talk
Awesome.
cameras will be there, of course, and it all takes place at the Chatterbox on Chapman Highway. Find all the details, of course, on the social media page of Total Psychopathic Wrestling. Guys, final thoughts tonight here on Wrestle Talk. And Caddy, what a night it's been.
What a night it's been.
A lot of memories. What's your final thoughts on tonight's program?
Well, I just want to say once again, rest in peace, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. You impacted so many people, and not just with your work and your career, but with your attitude and with your determination, and how you've turned your life around at the end there, brother. I'll never forget you. I've met you twice, and I just really want to get that out there. Scott Hall, rest in peace, brother.
Hack, thank you for being here with us tonight on Wrestle Talk.
Yes,
and
thank
you
you.
made this night magical. You really did.
Thank you. I had a whole lot of fun. Thank you guys, not to Lonesome Lance Williams, but to everybody else watching. Thank you. April 2nd, come out. Have fun with us. I know Mania's on at that time. We got a big screen. We might watch Mania there that night. So you can see a wrestling show. We might watch Mania and have a whole lot of fun there.
We have a big Wrestle Talk party up there that
Yes.
night. Wrestle Talk cameras will be there on April the 2nd, Chatterbox, so make sure to join us. Sonny Fargo, thank you for joining us tonight here on Wrestle Talk. Final thoughts on tonight's show.
My regards go out to Razor Marone when him and Kevin Nash and I had a chance to wrestle at one of their shows, and Razor hit me in the top of the head and knocked me out. And that was a go at, and it goes out to some of the great wrestlers in memory of Razor Marone.
Well, thank you, Sonny. And wrestling fans, the old clock on the wall here inside the Bill Needham Memorial Studio says it's almost time to go. We'd love to having you join us tonight here for Wrestle Talk. We'll be right back here next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Knoxville Community Media Television. I'm Joel Lawson, of course, Hack. And for the Cadillac Cowboy, Stephen Burns, and the great Sonny Fargo. Thank you for joining us tonight, East Tennessee. We'll see you next week for Wrestle Talk Live. A special thank you to Miss Cindy and Justin. Good night, everyone, from downtown Knoxville.
You can't cut me off. What are you doing? What are you doing?